You could do that. Or you could go get in your car and drive away.
Now, why would I do that?
Because some roads you shouldn't go down. Because maps used to say there'd be dragons here. Now they don't. But that don't mean the dragons aren't there.
The first big project, successful project of modern science was that, mapping the world. And it was obvious to everybody that it's not being done out of sheer curiosity. It's being done in order to control and to conquer.
I like to be an explorer, like the Great Magellan.
Oh, well, you're too late. There's really nothing left to explore.
Mapping the world was the first step to conquering it.
Antarctica, the mysterious massive continent that nobody is allowed to explore.
When you type in Antarctica from space, that is what they show you.
And why is it I can show you the South Pole and the North Pole
don't
of
think
Saturn.
anything's weird about the fact that the satellites don't go over the assumed North Pole or South Pole, that there's no actual imagery from space satellites of the North and South Pole, but then they show us the North and South Pole of Jupiter? You don't think that it's weird that we just get cartoons?
After sailing over 60,000 miles along the Antarctic coastline, Captain Cook was never able to complete the journey around the ice continent, which is supposed to be just under 12,000 miles around. Neither was James Clark Ross or the British ship Challenger. Many so-called flat earthers claim that these attempts failed because Antarctica is actually a massive ice barrier that surrounds the flat surface of the Earth. The azimuthal equidistant projection map, produced by the U.S. Geological Survey, has been used for centuries for the fact that all directions or azimuths are correct and all distances are at true scale. Studying this map, one can clearly see how man has been able to accurately circumnavigate the Earth on a flat plane model. And if it is in fact accurate, then it explains why after 60,000 miles, nobody has been able to completely circumnavigate Antarctica. To this day, the public is strictly prohibited from traveling below the 60th southern parallel.
Anything below the 60th south parallel is referred to as the Antarctic Treaty Area. What does that mean?
You have to get permits. You cannot privately and freely explore there. You can't just go down there and start exploring. That's literally a lie to claim that you can. We know you can go on a approved guided tour, but you have to get a permit to explore.
What's the problem? Well, among other things, we are messing with their food chain.
And we have got to do something about it. We suggest a ban on all marine harvesting.
Airplanes are prohibited from flying over the icy continent. What are they hiding?
A billion people found out tomorrow that they can all go to outer land space and visit other tribes, and civilizations, and explore technology and animals. The whole system would crumble. If there's more resources, natural resources, if there's more food for our starving children, if there's more space, more room for us to get away from the child sex trafficking, if there's places where we can go and other civilizations we can be a part of, where they don't charge you for water, they don't charge you for free energy, they don't charge you for property taxes. All these corrupt systems that are stealing money from us, kidnapping our children, they rely upon the cattle staying on the ranch, the slaves on the plantation.
Truman! Truman! No! That's off limit!
Why? What's over there?
Nothing. It's dangerous, that's all. You've got to know your limitations, Truman.
Flying because there's an energy field all around us that you can tap into, that we don't need fuel, we don't need electrical grids, we don't need any of that. The way that they fly their UFOs is they take advantage of that. Using electrical vehicle propulsion, they know that there's an ether. Tesla said he knew how to make UFOs. The Germans said they knew how to make UFOs. Ancient Vedic text makes reference to UFOs.
What if those people got in those UFOs and went to these outer lands? They've been out there for years, they're further advanced than us, and now they're coming back and they're, observing us. And of course, the government can't let us know that, because if we ask them, where did you come from? And they say 6,000 miles that way, we go, what? That's Antarctica. No, on the other side.
Yeah, if there's more land, why wouldn't they lie?
So this is a map that's 1,000 years old, supposedly, this one here. And you'll see that it's got the map of the Earth in here, and then you've got all these continents outside here.
There's also the navigator William Morris, who straight up says that there's over 179 other pieces of land that are inhabited, but they know about us. They call us the inner lands. Now that sounds crazy. It's speculation. I don't know. But that is a very interesting thing. That dude was highly connected. His daughter writes about it. They claim that it's a very real thing, that there's tons of land when you go further south. I don't know if there is or not, but you would have to agree. If there was a lot more land, and there was a sinister group of people that wanted to control you, which is evident that exists, if they drew a circle around you like the Hunger Games and said you can't leave your little playpen, that obviously makes them way more powerful, right? Like, way more powerful, because they can monitor you, they know exactly where you're going. You've removed innovation and exploration. You just have a group of slaves sitting here consuming fuel and killing each other and eating toxins and not exploring anywhere.
We can all have, thousands of acres of land to ourselves. The whole system crumbles. The entire system crumbles. Period. You've been conditioned your entire life. It's okay to lie. It's okay to be lied to. So when the lie comes out, people are just like, okay, whatever. Got to turn on my Fox News. Got to go to the bar. Got to go watch my football. Give them bread and circuses, and they will never revolt.
Let's say you have a slave who's actively trying to find their freedom but doesn't know where the door is. That's not great if you're a slave owner, right? So you'd much rather have a slave that knows exactly where the door is, can leave anytime they want, and choose not to.
Here, how about this? So the boat that did the Vendée Globe got the record for going around or whatever. Those guys, they tell you they're going around Antarctica. How do you know that? Explain. So those boats that go around, they do their whole little trip, they get back, they do the calculations, and they come out that they were doing 4 knots. Okay? 4 knots. For the world record of going around the southern hemisphere. When the boat, go look up the boat does 35 knots. Guess what? There's a current that goes west to east of 2 knots. So how is it that boats magically slow down to 4 knots? And it'd be like me telling you I broke the world record for driving a car. Be like, really? How fast did you go? Be like 45 miles per hour? You'd be like, what are you talking about? Cars go way faster than I go. Well, they didn't in my race. My race, I wanted 44 miles.
But wait, look, here's the world record in the north. It's going 220, and you're like, no, but dude, I set the world record in the south. It's 45. In our paradigm, the south is way bigger. Right? And what a coincidence that the world record of the boats is way faster in the north than in the south, but it would make sense if they assume a globe, so they assume a symmetrical distance in corresponding northern and southern latitudes, right? And so then they do their little race, they assume that distance, and then they're taking way longer to do it, and they're like, what's going on? That must mean we're going way slower. Or they're actually going fast, just like the boats always do, but they're going further than they think they are. And so they assume the shorter distance of the globe, and they get a shorter.
And we only believe this because there's an accumulation of evidence like this, the undersea cables. Why is it that the undersea cables do not cross the Southern Ocean? So what can happen is if we took this and bent it, you didn't do a flat Earth map, right? Take like one of these maps and bend it into a flat Earth map. Well, if you did that, you wouldn't break any of the undersea cables. They'd all stay intact. So there's no cables, no cruises. The planes go way too slow. All those things are you just like it. It's okay with you.
Flat Earth is the most important knowledge we can obtain. You have to have permission to do everything. You people think you're free? You're not free. You're free-range chickens. That's what you are. You're free-range chickens held in an area you're not allowed to go past, and if not, you go to jail or you get shot. Stay on the plantation, do what you're supposed to do, pay your taxes, and shut up.
And not everybody can be a robot polisher.
World's been toying with her. It's a test, I swear it is. Just gotta pop the whole thing off and go. No matter what's out there.
Why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
It's the most important thing. It opens the door for everything else. You want to know the truth? You have to know where you live.
Mapping the world was the first step to conquering it.